A thrilling finish at the end to a game where we might have seen the Islanders look. They would take this to overtime. We'll break it down and the reaction afterwards, and we'll have some fun too. Let's do it right now on Teal Town After Dark. Good evening, everyone. It is Wednesday night, 20. The game 2 between Tampa Bay and the Islanders is finished. We welcome you to Teal Town After Dark. This is your live interactive post-game show. We do this after each and every playoff night. Hi again, everyone. I am Eric Cura. Pleased to be joining you this evening. But if you want to be part of the show, here's how you're going to do it. Chat with us and fellow hockey fans in our YouTube chat on the page or the app. Follow us on the social using Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, SoundCloud, Reddit, and of course our Discord channel. And of course, for more Sharks content, hit us up at tealtownusa.com. On a day where it's been pretty crazy around here in Northern California, with the apocalyptic orange that's going on, I almost feel like I need to do this a little bit to make sure that kind of fit in. No, not really. Okay. It's been one of those weird days where you kind of expect zombies to come out somewhere out here, but at this point, I think it's safe to say, thank goodness for hockey. To kind of distract ourselves with a lot of things going on today. Wish you all the best if you are taking this in under distress. Wish you all the best going forward. But tonight we will talk about Game 2 between Tampa Bay and the Islanders. Lightning coming off an 8-2 victory in Game 1 as they took down the Islanders and just destroyed them per se. But here's the thing. As you usually see in the playoffs, when one team gets destroyed like the Islanders did, somebody's always coming back to haunt you and get going early. And that's what happened early on, just scramble in front of the net at a minute 24 in. Matt Martin gets his 5th of the playoffs to make it 1-0 Islanders. It's something else, really. From Nick Leddy, definitely gotta love the tenacity and to get that going, because I think more than anything, the Islanders definitely needed to get on the right foot, which they needed that first goal. I think it would have been devastating if they got one in. But while the Islanders scored at a minute 24 in, a goal was scored a minute 35 left in the period, and that was Victor Hedman's low slapper there. Picked the net just in the right spot and made it 1-1. Barclay Goodrow with the assist on that one for Tampa Bay to get them going in there for sure. Nothing in the second period and pretty much nothing in the third period. Hang on. I gotta say, this game was going back and forth. You definitely saw a lot of scoring chances back and forth, including the Islanders scoring or trying to score, but they were overpassing, especially late in the game. It was going back and forth, which I think was we love to see here and there during these crazy net and rushes. But at the end, they put some time back on the clock, but with 9 seconds left in regulation, Nikita Kucherov receives a pass from where's my info here? From Ryan McDonough to give Tampa Bay a 2-1 victory. And I'm seeing some of the comments from our Teal 10 USA DMs and Al Martinez saying twice the shots than Tampa Bay and the power play sucked. Yep, that sounds familiar. Yikes, Uh, you're not wrong. And to the point where you can almost say, wow, that goal happened so fast. No joke. I'm going to put this on here right now. You kind of saw it a little bit earlier. There you go. Um, but I was getting ready to write out my Butchergrass overtime challenge just as Kucherov scores the game winner. I mean, that's just crazy. Just crazy. But unbelievable play. And yeah, the shots 28-21. I mean, it wasn't even that close in favor of the Islanders. At one point, it was 20-10 after 40 minutes. Tampa Bay really put on the rush there. Now, mind you, this is from a team that had no Alex Killorn. He had a dumb boarding penalty. At 5:55, the Islanders couldn't do anything on that. Now, I could go on and say, well, the Sharks could score 4 goals in 5 minutes, but seriously, with the chances that they're doing, and again, it goes back to maybe a little bit of overpassing on the power play. Nothing got done. Kudos to the penalty killers, including Barclay Goodrow himself, for getting that one in. But it's just been something else to see Tampa Bay. I'll say it once and I'll say it again. Definitely could see Tampa really catapulting from the revenge from losing to Columbus last year. They've taken it and they've gone on a crazy run. I mean, there's no doubt about it. They are now up 2-0 in this series. The question is, will Alex Killorn get a suspension for it? Mind you, Tampa Bay was playing with 7 defensemen tonight, so they only had 11 forwards. So you lose Killorn at almost 6 minutes into the game. You're down to 10 forwards. Then, midway through the game, Braden Point, who's pretty much has become overtime king for Tampa Bay, gets hurt midway through the game. He doesn't return. So when you look at the time on ice for some of these forwards, it's something else. Yanni Gourde, former San Francisco Bull, 1843. Anthony Cirelli, 2023. Where's Kucherov? Kucherov played over 22 minutes tonight. And maybe because they didn't have Braden Point, they didn't they didn't want to get to overtime because their main game-winning goal scorer wasn't there. But you look at it, Tyler Johnson, 15:08. Craig Paquette, former Oakland A, Craig Paquette with 11:03. Maroon with 12:08. I mean, it's crazy. Andre Palat, 21:56. I mean, it's crazy. Some of these forwards have more time on ice than some of the defensemen, and we're not counting Luke Schen's 7:31. Yikes. I mean, it's crazy. But overall, a devastating blow for the Islanders. They had the game, had the momentum early on. Of course, Tampa took it back. But they're going to look at some of the key mistakes that they made in the long run for losing game 2. I mean, they were 9 seconds left from going into overtime, and looked like they had dominated the game for 40 minutes, despite everything that the Lightning threw at them in the third. It's just you see 5-6 good shots, and instead the Islanders would pass it resulting in no shot. But Vasilevsky had a nice night. He had 27 saves on the evening, but he's been pretty solid. But do you wonder if they get overworked a little bit? Well, and maybe in the day of how condensed this playoff schedule is, you're going to see that. But also, do they trust Curtis McElhinney to be in a big-time game in the Eastern Conference Final? I think you roll with your guy now. I think Vegas should just go and roll with Robin Leonard, no matter how butthurt and good Photoshop skills Alan Walsh has. Al, what's happening, bud? Good to see you in here, bud. If you want to jump on with me, by all means, if you want to jump on, let me know. AO 12345. Good to see you. Haven't seen you in here for a while. Good to see you, bud. I felt the shark vibe from the Islanders tonight. See, that's the thing, folks. We miss Sharks hockey so much. That the Islanders brought it with us tonight. So good on them. Appreciate it that they did that. Sleepy, do you go back to Varlamov in Game 3? I think so. That was a tough game-winning goal to take, but 2 goals. You can go back to it. Maybe you go to Greiss in Game 4. Maybe if you're down 3-0, you do. But I think Varlamov, had a good game. Definitely, it wasn't horrible. One was from the point shot. The one was from the defense, or one from Kucherov. So, I think you go with Varlamov in Game 3, and if he loses that, maybe you try Greiss in Game 4. So, that being said, let's get to the jersey of the night. Unfortunately, I don't have an orange Barracuda jersey, so this is probably the. So this is all I got for you, folks, and this one's kind of cool. It is a San Francisco Giants hockey jersey. These are put out years ago. Finessed a buyer for $40 for this bad boy. So this is kind of cool. And if AJ is watching, which he probably isn't because he's probably watching the Giants game, he's probably shook right now. So, AO, sounds, gotcha. Totally get. It's been it's crazy busy at work. Right there with you, bud. Friday or Thursday, I'm down. If you're down for tomorrow, let me know. We'd love to have you on, man. I'd love to chit chat with you for a little bit about the Vegas and the Dallas Stars for Game 3. So let me know. You have my number, or you can just DM me. And yes, fresh cut. And no, I'm not talking about the fresh cut produce at your local Safeway. Shameless plug. Got a nice hookup from my friend Freddie at the Clip Joint in Walnut Creek. He's done some amazing work and just reopened. So definitely excited to have a fresh cut. Trust me, it's going to be... it's nice to have a fresh cut. Otherwise, it's just going to go crazy. Giants are winning, apparently. That's good. Hi, Amanda. Sleepy Mofo, not bad for $40. Yeah, absolutely. So with that, let's take a look at the bracket now. In the conference finals. So Tampa Bay goes up 2-0. They will play Friday at 5 p.m. Here's the catch. NBCSN has something going on their programming. So the game will be on USA Network. Just remember that. USA Network it will be where you'll find Islanders and Tampa Bay Friday at 5 p.m. No, they don't get the Golf Channel. It's USA Network. Thursday at 5 p.m., which is tomorrow, of course, Game 3 of the Western Conference Final. That series is tied at 1-1 between the Vegas Golden Knights and the Dallas Stars. So it's been a crazy one. We'll see what happens in that one. Come on, Paps, let's make it happen for sure. So let's get back into the chat. And Felix saying, I was just thinking that SF Giants jersey and mention should have earned Amanda Pell an appearance in the chat. And there she is. Yes, it kind of works like when we say Niemi a couple of times and Al shows up. And not gonna lie, I've been trying to talk to Jerk about his game worn Niemi jersey. So Jerk, if you're watching, just saying. I think AJ would appreciate it too because there's a deal in the works if I get that jersey from you. So, anywho, moving onward. AO saying, I'm sure that everyone's fantasy bracket has been destroyed this season. Trying to remember who mentioned who was like fourth place. And I think it was Jerk that mentioned he was like in fourth place, and his finals prediction was still intact if it gets to Vegas and Tampa Bay. So, mine was kicked out essentially when Colorado got eliminated. I know AJ was on the Flyers bandwagon, and that went by the wayside. So, it's kind of unpredictable as to how you would predict these games because you just never know. I mean, I don't think anybody really had the Islanders on the bandwagon per se, but hey, they're here. Heck, they hadn't even made an Eastern Conference final. It was called the Wales Conference Final when they last made the Stanley Cup semifinal back in 1993. That's how long it's been. Orange. I think the orange skies cleared up around me late afternoon for me. It started to up here, up in the Walnut Creek Concord area. It was really surreal and scary up here. It was very apocalyptic, and of course when we mention it, here we go again. We got that going for you. So, yikes. But be safe out there. And while we make light of the situation, there are some devastating wildfires all over the West Coast, including now in Oregon, but all over the state. So be careful. I not to make this a thing to wear a mask and stay inside, but wear a mask and stay inside. Now you have twice as many reasons to do so. So be careful out there. That's the most important part. For sure. I'm going to chance it here because, I'm going to chance it here only because it's worth showing off the reaction when John Cooper saw Kucherov scoring the game-winning goal. I mean, here we go. I mean, come on. I think I did that move when Barclay Goodrow scored in Game 7, as I'm getting ready to take video for the site. It's just crazy. It's fun to see that reaction every now and then, because how many times have we seen like a guy like Daryl Sutter go like this? And even Daryl Sutter's had some happy reactions on the bench in years past, but it's like, dude, you just won a conference final game. Get excited. Come on. So it's always great. Here, let's watch it again. Yeah, there you go. That'll probably be the reaction when we find out that the schedule comes out and we can eventually go back to the Shark Tank to watch some hockey. So, with that, we're at the 20-minute mark. Chat final burn here. Unfortunately, not too much in the way of info. Trying to see if there's anything to say. Bruce Cassidy wins the Jack Adams Award as NHL Coach of the Year. Fourth Boston coach to win the honor. Interesting to see that he beats Alain Vigneault and John Tortorella in the voting. And he had a, it just seems like I don't know. It definitely a kind of a best coach as opposed to a coach that has turned a team around per se. If anything, I would have probably either put AV or Tortorella in that sense, just because of everything that went on with with their teams. Columbus losing so many people and getting into the playoffs, plus taking down Toronto. So I don't know. It seems like it's the case. You guys are saying I'm AOLing tonight. That's a shock, and it's only just me. So go figure. But with that though, I think we're gonna get out of here. In case you missed anything and you want to watch us again, check us out on tealtownusa.com or your favorite podcatcher, whether it's Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, YouTube, SoundCloud, Stitcher, TuneIn, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and always available at tealtownusa.com. We will be back with you tomorrow following Vegas and Dallas in Game 3 of the Western Conference Final. That series is tied up at 1-1. Of course, Friday will be the resumption of this series that you just saw between Tampa Bay and the New York Islanders. That'll be on the USA Network at 5 p.m. on Friday. So be on the lookout for that. Final chat go in here. AO saying Dallas and Tampa in the finals. We can't lose. Root for Pavelski or Goodrow. I'm kind of down with that. Totally down with that. I'll even go with Dallas or the Islanders, so that way, we can see Thomas Greiss in there. We'll see. It'll be fun. So, with that, I appreciate each and every one of you watching. Appreciate the thumbs up. Check out all our content on Teal Town USA right here on the YouTube channel. Just make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also hit that little bell. That'll notify you when we do go on the air. We appreciate each and every one of you joining us, and take a look at all our content we did over the pause, including interviews such as Doug Wilson, Randy Hahn, Dan Ruzanowski, John Scott, Sonia Tydinko, who wants to get a fitness group going. I have to DM her back to say I need to get rid of my root beer belly because now I have a little bit of a bulge going on in the back of my head. So obviously I need to get slim and trim to fit into hockey jerseys a lot better by the time the Sharks return to the Shark Tank. So we'll get that going together. We'll give you any info when we do make that happen. But hey, hit us up on social media. Check out all our previous content. And of course, hit that subscribe button. And until tomorrow, keep it real. Keep it teal. Keep it real teal. Have a great night, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Be safe and wear